I've been thinking about what to write all day. Honestly, the day holds so much. Mostly, I finished reading my book, Beyonders, A World Without Heroes by Brandon Mull. It's one of my favorite series, and I highly, highly recommend it if you like fantasy stories. I don't solely read fantasies. I also talked to Liam a bunch today. I think I'm really starting to fall for him, which sucks because it's doomed to end after this year. I'm going to move and he's going to stay in my hometown. And of course I'll visit, but I really do love him. I wasn't expecting that. I was fine for just a hookup. Let it turn into a lot more. I don't think I can ever convince him he's as perfect as I say he is. I've been staring at my painting all day, and I brought it so you guys can see it. I wonder what I should do with it. I think I want to paint yellow cherubs on top, but I love staring at it already. I don't know how to tell if a painting is done or not. I just like playing with color. It's all blues and purples and golds. The game I like to play is whenever there's a sunset. I imagine the clouds are actually islands on the ocean. Smell was fun, but that's what the painting reminds me of. That reminds me of a comic I saw once. Oh, I hate that I keep losing my place here. I'll get better at it though, I promise you guys. It reminds me of a comic I saw on the appreciation of art, where it starts with the woman admiring a new painting, then a guy comes along and ignores it until a price tag is put onto it. This leads to mass appreciation for the piece for a short period of time, but at the end the now old woman still enjoys it. But the issue for me is I didn't realize it was a price tag when it was first introduced in the painting. I thought it was a description. I realized how much those little descriptive blurbs and titles underneath the paintings meant to me. I understand art through the meaning more than the art. I mean, Annus was many things, but what it meant is what I take away. I take away that final live stream. I don't know, can I get like a scroll text for this? A feeling of happiness to have completed something. Welcome, the main reason I'm doing this. I want to do something I'm proud of, really proud of. Something that scares me. Don't think I didn't notice the only feedback I got yesterday was the link to a porn site, but that won't matter to me once I make myself proud. I hate doing online tests for school. So much worse to sit at home for the 15 minutes in between test and not test. Usually I'd go around and see what other people are studying last minute, since I like to be able to remember things going into a test, but now I have notes and the internet. It doesn't feel like learning anymore. I mean, I did quite well in my focus, I'm proud of it. However, I don't feel like I learned it. I did it, I answered the questions, I didn't cheat by using Simulab or anything. I still feel like it doesn't count. It's like disassociation, and if anyone else has done that. It's watching somebody else do the test, and you just kind of sit back and let them. Feels like one of those repeating scavenging animations in a bad survival game. Since I dropped chemistry today, I suddenly have nothing left to do except study English, which is crazy. I have less than 100 pages to read in a week. It makes me feel like I can study better. Perhaps do some extra reading in business. For those that don't know, which is all of you, I'm currently in pre-med but plan to switch into business next year. Hence the need to move because honestly the school I go to is pretty bad. But the business program is even worse. It's bad enough that I don't know if I should take some entry-level courses next semester in my free time. I was thinking of taking another English course, but the only class I've heard of is a graphic novel one, which sounds torturous. Don't get me wrong, I love webtoons, but physical comic books are my kryptonite. Even though I love the teacher who'll be teaching that course, I don't think it's worth it. I managed to walk down to the mailbox today, which was luscious. I need to remember the whole humans need sunlight spiel. I don't think I'll be able to do it much in winter since I'm scared of falling and it's always icy. Maybe I will. I guess one benefit of online school is that most of the schedule is your own. However, I prefer my classes were less spread out. I'm only working 1 day a week, but if I could change my schedule in a snap, I could do 2 with fair ease. I've still been thinking about moving to Vancouver. I was reminded that having a higher cost of living reduces the other things you can do. I have no clue. Maybe Kelowna is a better idea. My only 2 criteria are shopping and people. But living in Canada, so many places are nature and abandoned. And then there's the constant threat of being a female who lives on her own. I've looked at some shared rental spaces in Vancouver, and it seems like I can find a few for $600 a month. But most of the descriptions are just 2 dudes trademarked, and it is a question of whether I trust them enough to keep me safe. I know it sounds silly to a lot of people, me included, I don't want my first real experience away to have that kind of trauma attached to it. Where could I even move to that would be better if it wasn't safe, while attending school and having a job to work?